Gamers, let's have a little chat, okay? It's late at night, but it's time to talk about the banners. We want to talk about Navia, I want to talk about Ayaka, I want to talk about the weapons, I want to talk about everything. I'm going to get canceled. Navia, hot, but Navia, mid, okay? The Genshin math is coming in, at least from what I can tell. And from what my sources, my theory crafters that I've been, dabbling into their brain, they're saying Navia is mid. And I could tell you that even though I'm dumb. Now, I've looked at her kit. I've looked at what she can do. And if I'm being 100% honest with you, I love Geo Taylor Swift. Okay? I really like her outfit. I really like her stuff. I like her shotgun blast umbrella. I think that visually, cracked. I think that playstyle, unique. I really like the playstyle, these little shotgun blasts. You charge it up and then you pump them. It's got a different feel from some of the unga bunga of other units. But the math is not looking great overall on the damage. And there's one big thing that people forget. Come here. It's time for a real game, and you're gonna want to see this. This video is sponsored by Echocalypse, a brand new post-apocalyptic mobile strategy RPG with a ton of sexy kimono girls to collect. Wait, you don't believe me? Check this out! This is the quality content that we want in our video games, and if games can't deliver this quality animation, then honestly, they're trash. They've even got awesome skins, like this one for my main character. Or perhaps this one that is also extremely good! And guess what? I've got good news. They've got some awesome check-in rewards as well as a 10x draw selector, allowing you to get an SSR right at the start of the game to get you started and popping off in battle. So, if you want to collect some hot kimono girls, make the ultimate team to check out the different events, battles, and bosses, or maybe even make a cute little base, then check out Echocalypse, the Scarlet Covenant today. Click the link down below, and thank you so much for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back into the content. Geo sucks! Geo just kind of sucks. You need to give units insane multipliers for Geo to compete because you've got 50% more damage or you've got these crazy reactions that change everything. And with Geo, it's like, hey, look at my little shield, and now I do a little bit more damage when I've got the shield. Like, literally. That is about the depth of the mechanics that you can get while you're playing. Oh, music just kicked in. Hello? Sorry. Now we've got music. I like Navia as a person. I like her balls, cannonballs coming in. I like her motif a little bit. But she's a skip. In my opinion, she is a big, big skip. I just can't recommend her at this moment in time. If you love her, perfect. Because here's another tip. Come on, let me I'll bring you in. Genshin Impact is easy. So do whatever you want. It is so easy that as long as you level up your characters and get them some artifacts, you'll be able to beat 99% of the content, okay? It's okay. But if you are someone that cares about meta like myself, I think Navia is a skip. I think it is time to start saving. Navia, get out of here. Go away. Now, we've got the weapon. We've got the banner. Let's chat about the banner, okay? We've got a double banner here with Navia, Ayaka, okay? And apparently these two like to shift around a couple inches. The banner is pretty bad as well. Other than Sucrose, Sucrose can be a pretty cracked 4-star unit. She's one of the OG units. And all units that came after OG are typically Constellation locked and average at best. Candace, I'm sure you can make her work, but it takes too many copies to even consider using her compared to other options in the game. As for Rosaria, she's a decent freezing unit, but there's almost no situation where she shines and people praise her as this god tier unit. She's got a weird Constellation kit where she gets crit and some physical damage or defense shred or whatever it is. Is she cryo or physical? Make up your mind. She's one of those units where she doesn't ramp up and bring a ton of value. Whereas Sucrose, our Velma mama, You get more constellations, she just gets more and more and more cracked until she's very good unit at C6. Like, insanely good unit. As for Ayaka, let's chat. I've got Ayaka, and I've got her weapon. Her weapon, God tier. It's on the banner, really good, but I want to talk about Ayaka. I have an Ayaka, and I have her built pretty well, not fully built. I could get some more skills. But even though they patched some of her movement, I stopped playing her relatively quickly because a lot of enemies can't be frozen properly, especially bosses. If they somehow move or something goes wrong with the aiming system, you have to restart the floor because if you don't use her burst and destroy everything with the burst, she feels so terrible compared to other units in the game. Like, shockingly bad. I think that it's pretty easy to get her up and running, and she can crush stuff. But even with this weapon, this god tier weapon, I still sometimes feel like I just don't like her, and I don't feel like she's as OP as early Genshin days. I think there's just better, stronger units. I think that there's better, stronger comps. And while the freeze comp maybe had its time to shine when the hardest enemies on the floors were like Fatui enemies, it's not that game anymore. You can't freeze half the stuff. Ayaka, I think, has been power crept, or it just she's clunky now. It's almost, I'm not gonna say Klee. I don't want to say Klee. The numbers look good, but in practice, for me at least, I just despise her playstyle. I'm gonna say it. So you don't have to like me, but you gotta at least respect that I will say it. The weapon banner, 4 stars, pretty trash. The 5-star, I mean, it's okay. It's got some crit rate on it, which is fine. It's got a high base attack. It gives you some attack, but if you're not running Geo or fighting some sort of Geo enemy, it's pretty bad. It is a versatile weapon, which is all right. If you're running Geo somewhere in the comp, if you've got Zhongli, right? Someone who can be shielding you and providing a bunch of shards. Where's my boy Zhongli? There might be some situations where you're picking up these shards and getting some extra elemental damage. If you do the math on it, the weapon's like, it's definitely passable. And if you somehow missed and you got the miss splitter, it's kind of a win for your account because this can be used on pretty much any unit and it's god tier. It's got elemental damage bonuses. It's got crit damage. It's juiced. So that is something that's all right. So I guess what I'm saying is, for me, a lot of this patch so far is a skip. The first few weeks, I'm going to log in, I'm going to do some events, get some stuff, but until we start getting some of the new characters, start getting some hype stuff, it's hard to be excited. If you do quests, it does more attack percentage. You have to do quests for the sword to work fully. And for that reason, I am out. It's not good enough for me. I will do the event to get some Primo Gems, but I will not be maxing this thing out. I won't even consider leveling. It's a big piece of trash. The events are the events. If you want to play some mini games, it's time. If you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh, it is time, baby. Yes. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I'll see you most likely on Honkai Star Rail. Or maybe some other competing games if they end up coming out. Like to sponsor this video. Click that link down below. Help out your boy.